You leave me in a room with peanuts for a week, I'm gonna make peanut butter up too. Like, it's not crazy.
Can we put that to the test?
Also, now knowing the ingredients, it shouldn't take you a week.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Well, I would have done all the other stuff he did.
Yeah, right.
But in 2023, you're like still just fucking
this, huh?
aping it until it turns into peanut butter.
Chewing it, spitting on it. Got to get it wet. So you got the peanut butter's wet. That's how they like it. What you want? Crunchy? You want it smooth? Come on, baby girl. What you want?
I appreciate you think I would have a woman in there with me.
Oh, well, you know, I would hope so.
Hey, you're never alone, my man. You're never alone. I want to lick you from your head to your toes. That's right. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another phenomenal episode of My Mama Told Me.
The podcast that dives deep into the pockets of Black conspiracy theories.
And we finally work to prove that the Winans and the Wayans are just the original descendants of Cain and Abel. This is the way that family tree split. It is two warring families just trying to make more and more people for their ultimate battle face off.
I love it. And it begs the question, am I my Wayans keeper?
I will say that if it's the Cain and Abel story, the Wayans are definitely Cain. If I
Which one killed which one?
I think Cain killed Abel. Yeah.
Yeah, they seem like they would stab you more.
Yeah, they're going to be a lot more stabby, I think.
And the Wayans just feel like they followed more rules.
Yeah, the Winans, I mean. Yeah. See, you can't even keep them because they're the same. It's all the same group. It's just...
Can I ask you this? And this is a safe space, so if you don't mind my asking, Mario, he's a Winans, right? Because didn't he start out going by Mario Winans? And then he was like, hey, it's a me, Mario. And then...
No. Mario Winans and Mario Just a Friend Part 2, they're two different people. That's two different dudes. Mario Winans is light skin and bald head. And
like a Chico DeBarge look?
Yeah, he kind of looks a little more Chico DeBarge-ish for sure. This
is embarrassing. Yeah, I thought it was the same guy. Because I was like, Mario, why didn't he just say his... And then I thought he was like maybe jealous. Like he was like, BB and CC don't want me doing this remix with Gucci Mane, so I'll just be Mario now.
Yeah, he's like, I just want to branch out on my own. My family's holding me back from my greatest success.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's related to that. I don't think that Mario is related to the Winans at all.
All right, and for everybody out there judging me, don't fucking judge me, because you all have that family shit that you fucked up too.
Yeah,
you all thought Tatiana Ali was Muhammad Ali's daughter for a minute. Don't fucking judge me.
Yeah, you're not better than him.
You're not
Cut
better
it out.
than me.
Well, you know who is better than you? It's our guest today. He's a very hilarious comedian. He runs a fantastic show here in Los Angeles called Black Mitzvah. I had the pleasure of doing it very recently, and I had a grand old time. He's hilarious. We're really happy he's here. Give it up for our guest, Mr. Jonathan Giles.
Oh, man. Thank you for that intro.
Hell yeah. I would have said other things, but you demanded I shut the fuck up.
Listen, those other things didn't pay me enough to be talked about on my off time.
Fair enough.
Can I jump back to the Winans?
Please.
Real quick. They had like a boy band group. Did y'all know that?
I do.
The Winans
it was like
boys
Winans 5, I want to say, or something.
Yeah. That back in the
Five
day.
whining ass niggas.
Yeah, it was during that.
That's what my mom used to call Jonesy.
That would have been crazy if that was the title, because they sold that at the Christian bookstore.
I hope somebody says that at like the family roast and that just shuts down the party. Wine is five, more like five whining ass niggas. And then a lady throws her potato salad because she's laughing too hard.
Oh, I didn't wait. Was it a Christian supergroup though? It was a Christian supergroup.
Yeah, it was like a Christian R&B. Like it was during that time when like all these artists were like Christian and decided they were going to try to get on that way.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that's what they were doing, but I mean they definitely were the religious 112, like just sweater vest.
Right.
I'll say this: not only do I remember them, I had that CD and I
had it too.
I fucked with it. It was
for sure.
That shit banged, and like you knew they were singing about Jesus, but you could pretend they weren't. You know what I mean? Like the songs hit.
The body rolls were just like enough for you to be like.
You got to give me a timeline. Is this like pre or post Soul for Real?
This is post Soul for Real. This is like in the early 2000s.
Oh,
like right at the crack of the 2000s, we're getting a Winans group comprised of mostly like the sons and nephews of like BB and CC, and it was just 5 dudes just killing it, baby. They had it.
Check it out, boy.
No, I'm Googling it right now.
Yeah. Like I feel like if they came out now, like people would really like fuck with them. Like for sure.
No, they were legit. But okay, we can't.
Sorry,
that's my bad.
No.
Y'all were talking about it. I got excited.
No, that's good. That's good. That's how we like to do it.
Yeah. Oh, Winans Phase 2 is what they were called.
There you go.
Yeah.
Phase 2.
Phase 2. And that.
Because you're like, I don't remember Phase 1. Let's go.
And they went crazy. I fucked with them heavy. But we can't talk about that forever because you came to us with a conspiracy theory that when you told me this, you actually told me this in person. And when you told me this, it took everything in my being not to smack you in the face. I was furious at what you said. I couldn't have been more rageful at the suggestion that you were making. And I won't preface this any longer because I just need to get to this and I need you to answer for your crimes. But you said, my mama told me.
George Washington Carver did not invent peanut butter.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you had to have that sort of visceral reaction.
Well, I'm sorry that you hate black people.
It's their tendency.
But he did it. I don't know how to tell you guys any different.
I bet he also started singing.
Yeah, you hate.
Yeah,
you hate black people, and I need to know why.
I'm trying to listen, man. Like that when I found that out maybe like a couple of years ago. I was doing some independent research
about peanut butter or George Washington Carver.
Yeah,
there's no shame in either. There's no shame in either.
I think there might be some shame.
Educate yourself. Education says knowledge is power.
I want to say it was like during a Black History Month. Every Black History Month, I try to like learn something new.
Yeah, me too.
That I didn't know before.
Also, I do that.
And so when I stumbled upon this information, it blew my mind. It took me out for like a good week. I didn't know what to do. I didn't talk to nobody.
Okay, when you stumbled upon this, did you feel like because here's where I take issue. Maybe you're right. Right? Maybe George Washington Carver didn't invent peanut butter.
Yo,
but
you guys can
like
see
one of
Langston
those
is upset. I just want
I'm
to acknowledge.
I'm not just upset. I'm raging
that
mad.
candle behind you is flickering in a strange like.
It's getting hotter because of me. Because I'm so angry. But I'm saying at any point did you go for the sanctity of black people, for the protection of my own peoples, I will keep this information private. I won't spread this around town as slander against one of our greatest. I'll stuff it down because that's my responsibility to the black man.
Well, like, so it's funny you said that because for a hot minute, I did feel that way. For a minute, I was like, trying to go to every website. There's websites out there where they actually tell you where peanut butter was invented and like the rise of it. And so I was on there just sort of like, how do I scrub all this? Like that was my first thought. But then I started thinking about it because like once you like dig into it and you find out like it was created by this indigenous tribe and then it was patented by a white man. I was like, oh no, we need to let people know that the white man is out there stealing from other people.
They know.
We already know, but like just saying, but you're right. My fault. We already know that. But that just really blew my mind. I was like, they was like, oh shit. So like George Washington Carver did so many great things with peanuts, but he just didn't get to this.
Jonathan was like, hey,
First.
have y'all heard that white people aren't good? It turns out they're not that nice.
every February, I just go and I find out that white people are okay.
Yeah.
No.
Can I say about this one? This is interesting because I had never, even as a kid, I had always just the same thing. George Washington invented peanut butter, black guy invented the super soaker and the stoplight. It was just like one of the ones on the list. But now I'm thinking about it, just being from West Africa, they make this thing called groundnut stew, which is just like, the groundnuts are what they call peanuts, and it's just basically peanut butter and soup. But they've been doing it forever, I'm pretty sure. Like peanuts didn't start here. And I'm saying like as far as having peanuts and inventing peanut butter, I don't want to be that guy. Not fucking rocket science. All right.
But okay, I guess I had never considered Bori to that point. It is a very American argument to suggest that a dude in the late 1800s, super late 1800s, somehow invented this thing that feels like it should have been around for millennia. Like it's not an insane concept. It's not flaming hot. You know what I mean? Like this is fucking peanut butter.
Yeah, because that is an insane concept.
That's insane.
What if someone during the time of George Washington Carver did invent flaming hot? Now that's...
And Carver was like, they're not ready. We have to unload this peanut butter first.
I got so many ideas for peanuts
He's
first.
like, no, brother. First the peanut butter, then the flaming hots.
Flaming hots, that's phase 2.
That's the Winans family secret. That's how they got their fortune.
Oh, fuck. If the Winans are secretly behind the flaming hots fortune.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
That's huge.
Because, and it makes sense, TD Jakes is secretly behind Shade Room. Like, it's not...
Wait,
it's not
is that for
crazy.
real?
That's very real. Apparently, the TD
Bishop
Jakes,
TD Jakes?
Bishop TD Jakes.
Bishop. Oh, he said put some respect on his name.
Yeah, not skateboarder TD Jakes. Bishop TD Jakes is apparently his family is like partial, if not like majority owners of the Shade Room.
Wow.
An empire that could truly be worth way more or way less than I estimate. I don't know what.
I don't know how much the Shade Room is worth.
I don't know.
It's probably way less. They're just good with marketing.
It feels like it should be $1 billion corporation based off of how like popular it is. So I gotta assume it is far from whatever that is.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna hit that assessment.
No, shame on you, the Shade Room. I see you as often as the New York Times, and somehow
I'm gonna be honest, probably more.
Yeah,
the Times. I don't know if you remember, but during pandemic, the Times got real heavy-handed. The Shade Room did not.
No, the Shade Room stayed true to their shit.
Yeah.
It does feel like a very American thing to presume that peanut butter started here.
Well, Bort, you just made like a good like a thing that I've been thinking about, like, because you said like, yeah, a black person invented the super soaker, a black person invented the traffic light. But I have a question. Do you know who they are?
Oh, I could pick the super soaker guy out of a lineup. I remember seeing him in
Ain't it Lonnie? Isn't it Lonnie Johnson?
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
I thought it was actually Tristan Walker. Do you guys
You did your homework.
Do you guys remember Black Enterprises magazine?
No, I don't remember that.
Let me see if I can find his cover.
Is this a real thing?
Yeah, we had it. We had like, you know how you would have like one episode of magazine? Anybody who was broke, you remember how you would have like one episode of a magazine in your house that no one had ordered or anything like that?
Yeah. That was back when magazines used to send you shit on spec. Like they would just be like, hey,
You want this,
yeah,
right?
you go ahead and read one of these, and then you'd be like, I do want this, and you'd send them $30 or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, exactly that. We had an episode. We had one of those, and it was it had this picture of Lonnie Johnson, which I'm gonna
Brought to you by Clorox.
which I'm gonna show to you guys. But it's like a famous picture because it's like him in the prototype.
Yeah, he's a cool looking brother, man. He had like the sweater and the glasses.
Yeah, no, he's got it.
Yeah.
But I think that's the other thing, like, because you like all the stuff we're learning as kids, man. Like where I grew up, it was just George Washington Carver, but we weren't really taught about anyone else. Right. So the fact that George Washington Carver and peanut butter was like sort of forced down our throats, pun intended, or whatever, like, you're like, oh no, there's a lot of other great things that Black people have done, but why did this get pushed to the floor? It was almost like, you know, people were like, yeah, let's give them peanut butter, they'll be okay with that.
Right, like they'll be happy with that because nobody really cares. Which is, now that I'm thinking about it, how come the stoplight guy wasn't first?
Whoa,
exactly.
Okay,
or there's a Black guy who like helped figure out how to do blood transfusions or whatever, like was like really monumental. Drew Charles. I may be getting that wrong. But this is my point. Like, yeah, why was peanut butter first? Why was that so monumental?
Even first of what he did.
Yeah, because he, in reading about him, he came up with 300 different uses of the peanuts, some of which were like real legitimate, like medical things. It wasn't just like fucking, you know what I mean, num-nums.
All I ever heard was butter and brittle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I've never considered the possibility that pushing George Washington Carver like forward, like making him very front facing with like this reduced role as just peanut butter man, might be intentional and frankly attacking the black person.
That's how I feel. I feel like they wanted just to sort of be like, you guys got Martin Luther King, and then you got the peanut butter man, and you guys should be okay with it.
Yeah, you made
Let's just get these 28 days out of here.
Yeah, you make great entertainment. Here's the super soaker guy.
Yeah, everything's silly Billy shit with y'all, or a really good speaker, but it's not isn't he articulate type shit, but it's never somebody that like truly outthought y'all, fucking like maneuvered on you.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's a good point. They give all the flashy inventions up.
Yeah. Fuck. All right. Well, maybe I need a moment to gather myself, because this is heavy. I never considered some of these possibilities. So maybe here's what we'll do. We'll take a break. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more Jonathan Giles and more My Mama Told Me.
How did all of this trouble begin?
Living in America.
Welcome back to My Mama Told Me. I forgot that Langston wasn't going to talk. We are here talking about George Washington Carver, and not the idea that he's a fraud, but that they've minimized his place in the history books. Because it seems like, of all the things he did, peanut butter's by far the least interesting.
Yeah, I think he's done a lot of cool shit that peanut butter is overshadowing. And furthermore, I think based on Jonathan, your suggestion, it seems as though this is not George Washington Carver who like went out and was like, yeah, I'm peanut butter daddy now. Call me Mr. Peanut Butter. It was the white man who did that to him.
I feel like, if anything, George was probably. Can I call him? I'll call him Mr. Carver.
Yeah,
like Mr. Carver.
I think you better.
Mr. Carver was probably like, "Hey guys, no guys, actually that wasn't me." But he kept like people just kept saying like peanut butter. He was just like, fuck it. I get like he didn't like that. He didn't.
It almost feels
if you
like
were a real scientist, would you like?
Yeah, no, exactly. He was like, "Yo, I could do. Look what I can do with these peanuts."
I have a laboratory.
And people kept asking him for peanut butter. Yeah.
I have a lab. You think I just smashed some nuts?
Right. I don't work in the back of a fucking deli, you idiots.
I got colleges named after me.
What the fuck?
You think they did that because of Jif? Some Peter Pan? No.
Yeah, it does feel almost as it at this point as if peanut butter was like a slur that they whipped out. Where he'd be like, hey, y'all, I invented a new serum made from the peanut oil that can do blah, blah, blah. And they're like, shut up, peanut butter. And then he had to just eat that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you fucking peanut butter. And then that was his whole personality to everybody.
If he ever was like at a conference, he always would give them credits, but they were like, nah, they don't care about that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to say you invented peanut butter.
Yeah.
He was like, fucking TED Talks, man.
Wait, first and foremost, before we get too deep, so who was the originator? You said you found out who started.
It was like, it was a peanut paste, I guess. And I want to say it was the Aztecs. I may be wrong. But
it started on this continent.
According to the National Peanut Board, which feels like the most legitimate source I could get this from.
Yeah, my grandpa's on the nut board. Always has been.
And I pray they don't vote him out this year. He's been doing good work.
They talk about it all the time.
He's getting loose with the scholarship money.
But according to the National Peanut Board, the first appearance of peanut butter can actually be traced back to the ancient Incas and the Aztecs who ground roasted peanuts into a paste. So they did a paste originally, and then I guess it evolved. So I guess technically this continent, but not in a way that Americans can be proud of. You know what I mean?
So they made that down there, but it didn't travel, obviously.
Or it did, but it didn't travel in a way where anybody was like attempting to
monetize it.
Yeah, monetize it. They were just like, oh, this is a thing that regular people do, whatever the fuck. And then out of nowhere, this dude, and it's, a long time in between, but this dude in 1884, Marcellus Gilmore Edson, whiter than you think, of Canada.
What?
Marcellus feels like it could be...
no, not Canadian.
Yeah, fair enough.
No? Sounds like he plays the trumpet.
He patented this peanut paste and then finished the finished product by milling roasted peanuts between two heated surfaces.
Okay.
That sounds like a lot of work.
And then what did Carver do exactly?
So Carver, I guess, never really fucked with peanut butter like that. He just was doing other stuff with peanuts, and then we attributed this invention to him, again, I think as a weapon more than as the gift of what he actually did. And I do take issue. I think this is where I start to have issues with some of the white lens of all of this shit, is that they give basically these articles are like, did you know George Washington Carver didn't actually invent peanut butter? The real inventor was Marcellus Gilmore Edison in 1884 because he patented it. And it's like, that ain't it. He didn't
that's
fucking...
not even, that's not... You think the first person who got to the patent office was the first one to do it?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
We can spend a whole day talking about everything black people invented that they didn't patent.
Yeah, honestly, they say Al Gore invented the internet. I think it was a Mexican dude stealing cable that crossed the wrong wires, and now the whole neighborhood had Pornhub. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think...
You have a very interesting view of how the internet works.
Right. Like my first time on the internet, the first thing I open is going to be Pornhub. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
I think if you press two Audi cords together at the right angle, you get Pornhub.
Oh man, I was looking at GeoCities. Yeah. I had the wrong.
I'm pretty sure my first internet website was like cashmoneymillionaires.com or something like that.
Yeah, no, I wasn't on Pornhub. I'm just like, yo, I'm a regular guy like everybody else. But so they give credit to Marcellus for this thing, and then
but he patented it, but then didn't move into production or anything like that.
Well, I guess he was selling it in a way that like it was probably more localized at that
Nicks
point,
and
right?
dimes.
Yeah, he wasn't necessarily like big timing it. But then in 1895, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg, the creator of Kellogg's cereal.
I know a lot about this guy, actually.
Okay, hell yeah. Tell me what you know. Let's start there.
Oh, him and his brother, it was a whole feud. So he was a very well-known, in Massachusetts, right, is where he's from? He was like a very well-known.
I think it's from
I
Michigan.
think, Michigan. Yeah, because
one of the
headquarters
M's.
are there.
One of the M's.
I don't
good.
go up there like that.
Yeah, you just said you know a lot about this guy. It's fine.
No, I'm just saying that he had a retreat where he had invented breakfast cereal as like a health treatment. And his brother was a lot more ambitious and was like, we should go to market with this. And he didn't want to. He just wanted to keep it as a health food for his patients at his retreat. Someone happened, there was a fire or something.
What the health treatment was?
It was like granola, right?
Yeah, I think it was, my understanding is it was completely unsweetened before, that it was just like, at the time, breakfast wasn't even a real thing, or at least like a healthy one.
No.
It was like you ate a steak and like 3 cigarettes at breakfast time. And instead he's like, hey, y'all, I think you could feel sustenance from like a small amount of grain instead of fucking eggs.
But it was supposed to be a health food. It wasn't even supposed to be. But his little brother was the one who got the ambition, and then
I was doing a little bit more independent research on this Kellogg dude.
Okay, I'm starting to see a theme.
Yeah, no, this motherfucker likes taking.
I'm trying to get a grant, bro.
No, I get it.
I'm out here.
I get it.
I'm trying to get my research paid.
He's trying to take down our kings.
No, Kellogg, man. I read that, again, internet, so who knows. I read that he created the cereal to help people stop masturbating.
I did not hear that.
I don't know about that.
That's what I read. He was tired of this Pornhub shit. So let me create some boring ass cereal.
He's like, you can't beat off if you're eating shredded wheat.
I'm just...
I will say that it's interesting that you're talking about him creating this health food, because he created peanut butter from raw peanuts. Or at least he was the first person to patent creating peanut butter from raw peanuts. And he marketed that as a healthy protein substitute for patients without teeth. So it sounds like his big shit was like health foods of that era. And he just, like you said, his brother was like, man, put some motherfucking sugar in that shit and let's go crazy.
Because I think the Grape Nuts guy was the first person to take cereal to market with sugar in it. And then Kellogg's came a little bit later with their cornflakes, if I remember it.
Damn.
That's crazy, because they're both in the same town, right? Post and Kellogg's?
Yeah, I think it was
so.
I think it was
just set.
Well, no, I think it was the Post guy had worked at because the Dr. Kellogg, not his brother, but the doctor was like very well known and well renowned. And I think it was that Kellogg worked at his retreat or whatever.
Oh, you mean Post?
Or Posted, or something like that. There's a show called The Food That Built America. If you guys smoke weed, I suggest you watch it.
Buddy, I'm high right now, and I plan to. That sounds good to me.
It's amazing.
Well, okay. Then additionally, they give credit to this dude, Dr. Ambrose Straub, in 1903 of St. Louis, because he patented a peanut butter making machine. This dude basically found a machine to make peanut butter.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers have been mashing by hand.
Who put the jelly to it though? That feels like a thing black people could.
That motherfucker went crazy.
That feels like that could have been an us invention.
That motherfucker went goddamn nuts that day.
The swirl.
Yo, the swirl. That shit is, man. Remember when that came out and you had to wrap your head around that?
You're like, how did they get it in the jar like that?
Do you know now? Does anybody know for sure how they do that?
Of course not.
No, not at all. That's the secret that they taken to the grave.
I pray they never tell us.
That's proprietary. They got that locked up.
This reminds me of remember that magic show that was on like Fox where like that magician would reveal how magicians did the thing?
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, that's fuck shit. Don't do that. Like, let them have their little secret. I want the swirl people to have their secret. Die with that.
I'm still trying to figure out how they make those Uncrustables.
Oh, some kind of deep, deep old magic.
Yeah.
You get 5 boys with ancient powers and they press
Those
their
things-
hands to it.
I mean, they're just
until it
crazy.
puffs up. Sure, they're abused, but we get Uncrustables.
You ever eaten an Uncrustable fresh out of the freezer? It's just as good.
Yeah.
Like unthawed, just hard.
Oh shit, Siri was listening to me. My bad. You just said.
Oh shit.
She
Whose
said I
voice is that?
It
That
was-
wasn't.
Yeah.
That's not
Mine is-
regular Siri.
Mine is some British guy.
Oh, I was about to say that didn't sound like the Siri I know.
I don't really use Siri though, so that's why I'm surprised that that's the conspiracy theory podcast. I don't ever use it, and all of a sudden he was like, "I couldn't find fresh out the freezer."
So he's like,
okay.
never
All right.
mind. I was just listening. Oh no.
He's like, oh, I was supposed to hit you. No, you eat Uncrustables fresh out of the freezer?
Yeah, they're pretty much good to go.
Really?
Yeah.
This is my fat shit. When I pull it out and I like put it underneath my thigh, like if I'm sitting on the couch,
Sure.
and just unthaw it that
Sure,
way.
yeah.
Because I don't want to wait an hour for my uncut. So I just
Yeah.
let it,
How long does it take under your
I just
thigh?
incubate it.
Not a
Where-
long
how-
time.
I don't know, like a good 3 minutes. So you just chilling, you smoking, you watching,
And,
Foods That Made America. You just stick an Uncrustable in between your thighs.
and you like,
It gets real nice.
I can't suggest that show enough.
you get a little high and you go, hey, why is my thigh cold? Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you had a little cramp in your hamstring, you just stick an Uncrustable underneath it.
Well, they really do a
That's
lot.
that's a little treatment, and you get a
No,
treat.
it's a multi-purpose tool. That's how I use my Uncrustables.
And I think that's what Dr. Kellogg would appreciate. anyway.
Yeah. He was all about health.
It's nice to hear how the other side of America lives. I like this. This is
Are those the two sides of America to you?
I think so. I think that's the difference.
Langston, can you?
I think some of us use microwaves and some of us are willing to use body heat.
You mean the poor side?
Yeah,
of
I'm
America?
not judging.
You
I'm
mean
not, I'm not making this a
side?
poverty line situation.
You guys, I don't know. Does this podcast also go visual?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Because you can tell the financial level that you guys are doing fine. And a second ago, y'all could still see that I'm in my bedroom.
Listen.
Y'all saw my bed.
I got that was $20. They don't make.
Yeah.
You think real artists make paintings of Set It Off?
But you just said that. I was making an assumption.
Oh, that's a
You
good point. My
you
shit
shared
looks
that
rich.
information.
This candle, this
yeah.
candle's
Okay.
almost out. This is almost.
Yeah, my man's. Don't worry about me. My man's burning a candle in the daytime.
Yeah.
Look at him, fat cat. Fucking Wall Street over here.
I need a healing that that can't be helped.
I got a vision board that only got post notes on it, so
You should envision a candle.
yeah.
I will say, and Olivia prompted this, but if any of the folks at the Uncrustables company or Kellogg's want to send us free shit for all this wonderful advertising we're doing, we'll take it. We'll body heat your foods any day.
Yeah. Uncrustables first, Kellogg second.
Yeah,
Cornflakes get soggy.
Yeah, it'd be
so
weird
fast.
body heating some cereal.
Yeah.
That would kind of be pointless, actually.
There's also a dude named this chemist Joseph Rosefield, who invented a process for making smooth peanut butter that kept the oil from separating by using partially hydrogenated oil. And in 1928, he licensed this invention to a company that created Peter Pan peanut butter. And then in 1932, he began producing his own peanut butter under the name Skippy. So that's the dude that invented Skippy.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that is, because you ever get that peanut butter with the oil in it? That shit is trash.
Yeah, I don't like that peanut butter.
Like the kind you got to stir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't that supposed to be better for
It
you?
is.
That's what I'm sure it is. I'm
Right,
sure
that's
that
why
it
it's
is.
gross.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
just less sweetened and it's like organic and shit. And like, it's meant to be like a real protein source and not just,
yeah.
but like,
You ever fuck
shut
with
up.
almond butter? You ever go to Trader Joe's, get that almond
It's
butter?
pretty good. Yeah.
I like it on a sandwich.
I've heard good things about cookie butter too, which
That's not in a similar vein though.
No, that feels like
that's a
sin.
dessert treat.
That doesn't feel like it should be allowed to rub cookie on top of bread and do that.
I don't think you're supposed to.
Well, how do you eat it? How do you eat it then? Y'all talking about butters I've never heard of.
I think cookie butter you eat with tears in your eyes.
Yeah. You eat knowing that you're probably not going to get the kids back.
Yeah. And it's like that was y'all's special thing was having cookie butter in the house. And it's here, but they're not coming back, so you got to finish it, and you're miss them like crazy. But but goddamn, is that cookie butter good?
Yeah, you're living in this apartment, listening to people fuck next door. It's
Oh man, now I want to go get some cookie butter.
That's really what you should take from it.
I think
no,
it's delicious.
I think that's like opening up a little bit of a web. You know what I mean? That's really
like once you go down the butter path, you don't come back.
You're gonna have a good trip, but man, are you gonna feel sad afterwards?
Yeah, you never heard somebody be like, I found this new butter, and then things started going better.
Yeah. Stick to the lakes and the butters that you're used to, you know?
the Lando Lakes.
Yeah, the Lando Lakes and the spreads that you're used to.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever fuck with margarine when you were coming up?
I didn't choose, so it was whatever was being served to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I think we just had butter, but like my white friends had margarine.
I didn't know I didn't know there was a difference until recently.
Yeah, margarine is oil only. I think butter is of like the cow.
The lipids and the fats and stuff like that.
What do you use now? Now that you know this information, what have you done with it?
I still got butter.
Yeah, we use that Irish butter over here.
It feels rich, right?
Yeah.
I think this is what's fucked up. I really think it's because they wrap it in gold foil.
That gold leaks in. You get a little good taste of that gold.
Like as soon as I saw that, I was like, let me get this. Because I use Irish butter. I have no idea why. No one ever told me it was better.
Nope.
But gold foil.
Marketing.
Yeah.
That's what they do, man. They're just
gold or green, you'll get me.
I'm dumb enough to believe that Land O'Lakes was Native American butter for much longer than I should be willing to admit.
Don't they still have the Native American lady?
Sure.
100% they do.
That's about time for that to stop, isn't it?
Nah, they're never gonna. You can't take down Big Butter.
Come on. Who you're gonna take down Land O'Lakes? Good luck.
I'm not trying, like me personally.
I think it seems like you're the best champion that anybody could have. You took down George Washington Carver today.
Bro, listen, I'm not trying to take down George Washington. No. Carver. I do have questions for the Carver Foundation. I want to get on this information and just sat on it.
Why is no one, this is a good point though. Why has no one pushed this narrative forward that he did? Nobody was like, hey, he did other. I've been to Tuskegee, and you can like tour like Booker T. Washington's house and like Carver's lab and all that shit. Nobody in there was like, oh, he also did good shit. As far as I remember,
you think his family would be like, he actually did some other stuff.
No, as far as I remember, they were like, you're in peanut butter ground zero.
They just come out with jars on each finger, being like, daddy made this, and it's like, hey, you acting up, baby girl. You know the truth.
I wonder if at any point, though, because the narrative stuck that George Washington Carver invented it, that big peanut butter is breaking them off something.
I would
just
have to think so.
Oh.
Yeah. No,
and I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay knowing that.
I would like that too. I would like
to know that. Yeah.
I think 100% that family is getting hush money to maintain the image of George Washington Carver as the peanut butter inventor. But 100%, I also believe that hush money is not worth the amount of of damage that they've actually done with that shit.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, I think they're not getting that much.
It's like Columbus discovering America. Nobody gives a shit. I'm still going to the parade. I'm taking the day off. I know. I know he didn't. I know he
was a bad guy. Bad guy.
I know. I don't give a fuck.
Those parades, though.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a goddamn parade. What do you want me to stay in the house?
I'm gonna go get an elote and I'm gonna watch the floats go by.
This is also worth noting that I knew, I guess through not research but just talking to motherfuckers, but George Washington Carver, his birth date is sort of like unknown. It's not like he doesn't, it's very sort of hard to nail down his birth date, in part because he is a person born into slavery, right? He started off as a slave. And in fact, he spoke with this very, very high-pitched voice, which a lot of people suggest is because he was castrated as a boy. That like his voice was super high-pitched, and it's believed because as a child he was castrated before he got his freedom by his slave owner.
Did he not have a family?
I don't think he did. Yeah, I think he was like alone and shit, which is why he had time.
Does that make him like a eunuch?
Yeah, I guess so.
Is a eunuch like a religious
I don't know if that's
thing,
a slur. So yeah, maybe it's that.
It's not eunuch.
Yeah, right. He's not what?
Eunuch.
No, eunuch.
Yeah, I believe that would be what that is. Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you don't have a dick.
I think he has I think they leave the dick behind.
Yeah, you're right. They just took his testicles.
Yeah, they just take the
yeah.
balls from you.
Yeah. But you got a lot of time on your hands. So
yeah.
That explains all the.
Come on, man. You get real focused when you ain't got balls.
What?
You read every word when you ain't got balls.
I don't know if I'm going to be out here saying George Washington Carver didn't have nuts, especially for what he's done for the nut community. I don't like this narrative.
Look, man, I'm just telling you what may or may not be 100% true. I will also say, if this makes you feel better, there are others who argue that it wasn't, in fact, that his balls had been cut off, but instead that he had diphtheria.
Yeah, that was common back then.
Which is a childhood disease that affects your lungs and throat. And apparently, like, if you don't get it taken care of, which now we have like very simple vaccines for, but if you don't get it taken care of, could have very lasting effects on your vocal cords and shit.
Yeah, of course that's it. You came in with my man had no nuts, heavy.
I'm saying that is a pretty widely known argument about him. Look up George Washington Carver castrated. I bet you there's a number one Google search.
You're gonna get me on a list. Hold on.
Yeah, just go ahead and type that into Google, Bing, Jeeves.
Give it a try. You'll find some information about old George.
When he's looking this up, do you know? Like, did you look up a list of all the stuff he invented as well?
It's 300 items long, so no, I did not look up the specifics. He invented.
Okay, because I was wondering, like, if anything he invented was for those ailments.
Oh, if he was like, you could put a little peanut right in the middle, and it looked like two balls if you put it to the side. Two little balls.
Like a division side.
This is also the shape of infinity, so that means I got infinity balls.
But also the throat thing, too.
For the record,
I'll get to
it. I'm not going. I think George Washington Carver had big old salty black nuts.
Big old organic Negro nuts.
I don't know why you gave a taste to it.
Couple, because you need to respect him. Couple of door knockers down there. Don't do that to my guy.
I hope you're right. I hope he died here with a thick old pair of testicles. But either way, it seems like at its core, what this tells us is that there's a lot we don't know about this figure that they've shoved in our face. And a lot of it would be much more useful than knowing that he may or may not have invented peanut butter. Maybe peanut butter shouldn't be the priority in telling us the histories of our brilliant scientists and leaders.
No, that's what I feel. I feel the same way now.
Yeah,
Damn.
I think so.
I want to know more. I really want to. I mean, 300. I know some of them. 300 is a lot. Because out of 300, how many of those are still practical uses today?
I gotta assume more than we think. 300 shits? That's crazy. This nigga didn't miss. You know what I mean?
At least one of them. At least one of them could be the reason why kids with peanut allergies are dying. Like
white kids
is one of them the reason
allergies are dying.
Yeah. Maybe that he had like this nefarious scheme going on.
All the whole time.
Because that's all like military applications. That's what it is. This was a military application. And this is dumb as I'm thinking about it. I shouldn't say this out loud. But you know how like, we get all these things because they're trying to make weapons. And next thing you know, we have like something that saves lives.
Yeah. Or Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. I thought you were about to name off a list.
Oh, no.
That's cool.
I wasn't trying to catch your wave.
My boy knew one thing. He helped. Go ahead.
No, but I'm wondering, like, what was he really trying to do? And then we got 300. But what was the one thing he was really going
Right,
for?
like he was like trying to find filaments for a light bulb or something like that. Like,
right, yeah.
Or he was trying to make like a P-bomb. Like this was truly like, I'm gonna blow y'all shit up. I'm gonna kill you, white devils. And then got trapped.
They're taking my nuts.
Yeah. They took his nuts and he was going to take their fucking families.
You want my nuts? Here they are.
You thought I was down and out. I only rebuilt my life stronger, dedicated to nuts.
He's just throwing little peanuts through windows and it's blowing up houses.
Did you just make George Washington Carver Mr. Free?
Yeah, pretty much.
This motherfucker was planning to be a terrorist and got stuck at basic medications.
Because I'm going to figure it out.
He was like, I'm going to kill you motherfuckers as soon as I figure out this peanut. Well, Jonathan, I think we did it. I think we nailed this conspiracy.
I feel good about it.
I do want to apologize. I feel like I've blown up your life a little bit.
You threw me for a loop. I'm not going to lie, but I do think through your help and David's help, I think I'm on the other side, and I agree that maybe my boy didn't get the credit he deserved and got some credit that maybe he didn't.
I don't give a fuck who say what, blood. On crib.
Jonathan, could you tell the people where they could find you and what cool shit you have going on?
They can find me on Instagram and Twitter at jgileswrites, WRITES, and that's about all I got going on right now.
Hell yeah.
I'm about to go do some research on this Kellogg dude.
Yeah.
And see what we can do about him.
Yeah, research. Watch that show.
No, that's exactly what I'm about to do. I'm going to go watch this show. What's that on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Hulu. Yeah, I got to go check out Winans Phase 2.
I'll check it out after I finish MILF Manor. Still working through that.
No, I could tell because I hadn't got the text about the last episode. I just finished it. It's going bad.
Yeah, no.
Whoa, is this a real show?
Yeah, MILF Manor. We're big fans of MILF Manor over here. And that's another product.
That's true. I don't know if that's true that we're fans. We consume it.
We're massive consumers of MILF Manor over here. Yeah, fans might be generous, but we will, if they send us merch, we will 100% wear MILF Manor merch.
Yeah, I'd wear a hat.
I'd wear a t-shirt. I'd wear a thick polo if that's something that y'all seem like y'all
let them know. Let them know what size you wear. I need a 2X.
Yeah, I need a 3X if we're doing it. MILF
Give me
Manor,
a large,
if you're
baby.
Listening,
Come
on.
But yes, MILF Manor is a very real thing. It's a show about mothers and sons who are locked in a house and are forced to date each other on an island until.
So your mom is there, and then there's 9 other moms, and all their sons are there. But all their sons are there too.
And then you try to fuck a different mom in front of your mom.
Oh, and not necessarily. You don't have to date your mom.
You don't date your mom.
No. Okay, but that's what I was.
You and your mom are sharing a room.
Yeah, and
that's crazy.
And you're way too comfortable with it. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody's just way too comfy with what's happening.
What is this on? Lifetime?
Yeah.
It's Discovery Plus is the streamer that you're gonna need, and I thought I'd get a 7-day trial and be free of this, and buddy, I'm not. So here we are. You know what I mean? I'm invested.
All right.
Yeah. But Bori, can you tell the people where they can find you and what cool shit you have going on?
Cool Guy Jokes 87 on Instagram. This weekend, come see me at the Dallas Comedy Club, April 30th March 30th through April 2nd. The next weekend, I will be at the Before You Die Festival in Anchorage, Alaska. And then I got some other dates coming up soon. But, DC, watch out.
Hell yeah, DC, watch the fuck out. And as
I'll
always,
you can club, and then I'll go to Recessions for karaoke right after.
I thought you were talking about just some dude named DC.
Yeah.
DC, watch the fuck
DC Young Fly, your time is short. Yeah.
No. He said that, not me. I love BMF. Love you and BMF.
As always, you can follow me at Langston Kerman on Instagram, and if you want to see me live, I'll be at the Mic Drop in San Diego on April 15th, and then April 28th and 29th, I'll be in Bloomington, Indiana at the Comedy Attic. I would love for y'all to come out to see my bullshit. And as always, if you want to send us your own conspiracy theories, your own drops, if you want to accuse other great black people of not doing what they supposedly did, send
or
those
having
theories.
Nuts.
Or not having nuts. If you want to tell us that Jamie Foxx ain't got no nuts, we're listening. And send that to mymommapod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Wait. Also, go to our YouTube page.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And
Yeah.
subscribe to that, because at 2,000, something's going to happen. I kind of forgot, so I don't really know what
We're going to have an extravaganza at 2,000 subscribers. The YouTube page, please follow it. Okay, I think we're officially ready. That's it. Bye, bitch.
Feel